Habitat. Hippos are mainly found in rivers, lakes, and swamps, preferring areas with shallow water and nearby grasslands. They need to stay close to water to keep their skin moisturized and to regulate their body temperature. Physical characteristics. Hippos are large and robust animals with barrel-shaped bodies, short legs, and large mouths. They have a unique skin structure that secretes a reddish, oily substance, often referred to as blood sweat, which helps protect their skin from the sun and bacteria. Social structure. Hippos are social animals and are known to form groups, typically led by a dominant male. These groups, called pods, can consist of females, young hippos, and subordinate males. The dominant male defends the territory and has the primary mating rights. Diet. Hippos are herbivores, mainly grazing on grass. Despite their large size, they are not ruminants like cows or deer. They have a simple stomach and a unique digestive system that allows them to extract nutrients from tough plant materials. Behavior. Hippos are known for their semi-aquatic lifestyle. They spend a significant amount of time in the water, where they are excellent swimmers. They can even sleep and mate in the water. Despite their appearance, hippos are agile and can move quickly, both in water and on land. Reproduction. Female hippos typically give birth to a single calf after a gestation period of around 8 months. Calves are born underwater and need to swim to the surface to take their first breath. The mother is protective of her calf and keeps it close by, and the calf is weaned around 8 months of age. Threats and conservation. Hippos face various threats, including habitat loss, poaching for their ivory canine teeth, and conflicts with humans. While they are not currently listed as endangered, their populations are declining in some areas. Conservation efforts focus on protecting their habitats and managing human-wildlife conflicts. Lifespan. In the wild, hippos generally live around 40 to 50 years. However, their lifespan can be significantly shorter due to factors such as predation, diseases, and human activities. Vocal communication. Hippos communicate not only through vocalizations but also through body language. They use various postures and gestures to convey messages within their social groups. The position of their ears, the opening of their mouths, and even the wagging of their tails can all be part of their communication repertoire. Skin characteristics. The skin of a hippo is both sensitive and vulnerable to dehydration. Their skin secretes an oily substance that acts as a moisturizer, protecting them from the sun and retaining moisture. Despite this, they can still suffer from skin conditions, and they often stay submerged in water to keep their skin hydrated. Nighttime foraging. Hippos are predominantly nocturnal grazers. They leave the water at night to feed on grass and other vegetation. This behavior is thought to be a strategy to avoid the heat of the day and potential conflicts with other large herbivores that may compete for resources. Migratory behavior. Some hippo populations exhibit migratory behavior, moving between different water sources in response to changes in water levels or the availability of food. These movements can be influenced by seasonal factors, such as the wet and dry seasons. Impact on ecosystems. The presence of hippos in aquatic ecosystems has a significant impact. They create pathways through vegetation, influencing the structure of riverbanks and contributing to the overall biodiversity of the area. Their dung introduces nutrients to the water, benefiting both aquatic and terrestrial ecosystems. Social bonding. Within hippopods, social bonds form between individuals. These bonds are not limited to mating pairs. Hippos within a group may engage in activities that strengthen social ties, such as mutual grooming or playing in the water. Hippopotamus teeth and tusk characteristics. The large incisors and canines of hippos are formidable weapons. The lower canines, in particular, can grow up to 51 centimeters, 20 inches, long. While primarily used for defense and display, these tusks can also play a role in establishing dominance within the group. Hippopotamus in ancient cultures. The hippopotamus was revered in ancient Egyptian culture and was associated with the goddess Taweret, who represented fertility and protection. Hippo-shaped amulets and figurines were commonly used as protective symbols. Dung-spreading behavior. Hippos use their tails to spread dung, a behavior known as dung spreading or spraying. This serves multiple purposes, including marking territory, attracting mates, and maintaining social communication within the group. Thermoregulation. Despite spending a significant amount of time in the water, hippos are not well suited for long periods of swimming. They are more adapted for buoyancy than sustained swimming. One of the reasons they stay in the water is for thermoregulation, as it helps them stay cool in the hot African climate. Conservation challenges and solutions. Conservation efforts for hippos involve addressing various challenges, including habitat loss, poaching, and human-wildlife conflict. Strategies include the establishment of protected areas, community-based conservation initiatives, and education programs to raise awareness about the importance of hippos in ecosystems. Hippopotamus and crocodile relationships. Hippos and Nile crocodiles share habitats in many African rivers. While they may seem to coexist peacefully at times, there are instances where hippos display aggressive behavior towards crocodiles, especially during the breeding season when protecting their territory and young. Dental care. The constant growth of hippo teeth serves a practical purpose. It helps them maintain effective dentition for their herbivorous diet. The grinding action while chewing on tough vegetation naturally wears down their teeth, and a continuous growth compensates for this wear. Global range. While hippos are primarily associated with African rivers and lakes, fossil evidence suggests that their ancestors once had a more extensive global distribution. Fossils of ancient hippos have been found in regions as diverse as Europe and Asia. Hippopotamus conservation status. The conservation status of hippos varies across their range. The International Union for Conservation of Nature, IUCN, lists the common hippopotamus as vulnerable due to habitat loss and hunting. The pygmy hippopotamus is listed as endangered with a declining population. Human perceptions and folklore. In various African cultures, hippos hold symbolic and cultural significance. They are sometimes associated with water spirits or considered guardians of rivers. Folklore often portrays hippos as both powerful and potentially dangerous beings. Dietary habits. Hippos are primarily herbivores, feeding on grasses and other vegetation. Despite their herbivorous diet, hippos are known to consume significant quantities of food, and an adult hippo can eat up to 88 pounds, 40 kilograms, of vegetation in a night. Birth and calf development. Female hippos typically give birth in the water to a single calf, although twins can occur rarely. The mother is highly protective of her calf, keeping it close by and nursing it for about 8 months. Calves start grazing on grass at about 3 weeks but continue to nurse for several months. Swimming abilities. Hippos are surprisingly agile in the water, despite their large size and bulk. They can submerge themselves for up to 5 minutes and can move swiftly through rivers and lakes. Their eyes, ears, and nostrils are positioned on the top of their heads, allowing them to stay mostly submerged while keeping an eye on their surroundings. Population dynamics. The size of hippo populations can vary significantly based on factors like habitat quality and human impact. Some populations are relatively stable, while others face threats and declining numbers. Population assessments are challenging due to the elusive nature of hippos and their often nocturnal habits. Longevity in captivity. While wild hippos have an average lifespan of 40 to 50 years, hippos in captivity can sometimes live longer. In well-managed zoos, where they receive proper care and nutrition, hippos have been known to live into their 50s and even early 60s. Cognitive abilities. Research suggests that hippos, like many large mammals, possess a level of intelligence. They exhibit problem-solving skills and can navigate complex social structures within their groups. In captivity, they can be trained to perform certain behaviors through positive reinforcement. Hippopotamus in art and literature. Hippos have made appearances in various forms of human expression. They are featured in ancient Egyptian art and mythology, where they were both revered and feared. In literature and popular culture, hippos are sometimes depicted in a humorous or anthropomorphic manner. Footprint characteristics. Hippo footprints can leave distinctive marks in the mud along riverbanks. Their feet have 4 toes, and the marks often show the imprints of the nails. Tracking these footprints can be a way for researchers and conservationists to monitor hippo populations in the wild. Skin conditions. The skin of a hippo is susceptible to sunburn, and prolonged exposure to the sun can lead to cracks and infections. To mitigate this, hippos often secrete a fluid that appears red, giving rise to the term blood sweat. This secretion acts as a natural sunscreen and antibiotic, protecting their skin. Social hierarchies. Within hippopods, there is a social hierarchy led by a dominant male. The dominant male, or bull, establishes and defends the territory and has the primary mating rights. Subordinate males are allowed in the pod but generally have lower status. Gestation period. The gestation period for female hippos is around 8 months, and they usually give birth to a single calf. The birth typically takes place in the water, and the calf is buoyant and swims to the surface to take its first breath. Cyclical births. Hippos often give birth at the beginning of the wet season when water sources are more abundant. This timing allows the calf to take advantage of the increased availability of food and better chances of survival. Territorial vocalizations. Hippos use vocalizations not only for communication within their groups but also to assert their dominance and mark their territory. The booming calls of a hippo can be heard over long distances, and they serve as a warning to other hippos to stay away. Sleeping patterns. Hippos are known for their unique sleeping patterns. They often sleep during the day, spending many hours submerged in water. While sleeping, they automatically rise to the surface to breathe without waking up completely, allowing them to rest and stay alert to potential threats. Role in ecosystem nutrient cycling. The dung produced by hippos serves a vital role in nutrient cycling within their ecosystems. As they graze on land and defecate in the water, they contribute nutrients to both environments, influencing the composition and productivity of aquatic and terrestrial ecosystems. Hippopotamus relatives. While the common hippopotamus, Hippopotamus amphibius, is the most well-known species, there is another species called the pygmy hippopotamus, Chiropsis liberiensis. Pygmy hippos are smaller than their common counterparts and are found in West African forests. Cultural symbolism. Hippos have been featured in various ancient cultures and mythologies. In ancient Egyptian mythology, the hippo was associated with the goddess Taweret, a protective deity often depicted as a pregnant hippopotamus. Semi-aquatic lifestyle. Hippos are considered semi-aquatic because while they spend a significant amount of time in water, they also graze on land. This dual lifestyle is a key adaptation that allows them to access both aquatic and terrestrial resources. Maternal care. Female hippos are known for their strong maternal instincts. The bond between a mother and her calf is significant, and the mother is highly protective. Calves often ride on their mother's back in the water, allowing them to rest while staying close to the safety of the mother. Vocalizations. Hippos communicate using a variety of vocalizations. They are known for their distinctive wheeze-honk sounds, which are used for communication within the group. Different vocalizations serve various purposes, including signaling aggression, indicating submission, and expressing distress. Hypercarnivorous tendencies. Despite being herbivores, hippos have been observed engaging in seemingly carnivorous behavior. There are reports of hippos consuming the carcasses of other animals, including wildebeest and impala. This behavior is thought to be a result of nutritional needs rather than predatory instincts. Migration patterns. In some regions, hippos exhibit seasonal migration patterns, moving between different water sources in search of food. These migrations can be influenced by changes in water levels, food availability, and other environmental factors. Dental adaptations. Hippos have large incisors and canines that continue to grow throughout their lives. These teeth, along with their powerful jaws, are used for biting through tough vegetation. The constant growth of their teeth helps compensate for wear caused by their herbivorous diet. Conservation in captivity. Some hippos are kept in captivity in zoos and wildlife reserves. Captive breeding programs are implemented to help conserve the species and raise awareness about the importance of protecting hippos in the wild. Hippopotamus amphibius. The scientific name for the common hippopotamus is Hippopotamus amphibius, highlighting their dual adaptation to both land and water. The word hippopotamus is derived from the Greek words hippos, horse, and potamos, river, reflecting their horse-like proportions and their association with rivers. Skin protection. The unique skin secretion of hippos, often called blood sweat, is actually neither blood nor sweat. It's a red-orange liquid that acts as a natural sunscreen, providing protection against the harsh African sun and inhibiting the growth of bacteria on the skin. Size and weight. Hippos are among the largest land mammals. Adult males, known as bulls, can weigh up to 3,300 pounds, 1,500 kilograms, or more, while females, known as cows, are slightly smaller. Despite their large size, hippos are agile and can maneuver easily in water. Dung as a territory marker. In addition to dung spraying, hippos use their feces as a way to mark their territory. They spin their tails while defecating, scattering their dung over a wide area. This behavior serves to establish dominance and warn other hippos to stay away. Submersion and breathing. Hippos are excellent swimmers and can stay submerged for several minutes. They are known to hold their breath for extended periods and can even sleep underwater by floating to the surface for a breath without waking up fully. Their adaptations for aquatic life contribute to their survival in their riverine habitats. Role in ecosystems. Hippos play a crucial role in shaping their ecosystems. Their grazing activities help maintain waterways and prevent the overgrowth of vegetation. Additionally, the nutrient-rich dung they produce contributes to the fertility of the areas where they live. Conservation status. While the overall hippo population is not currently classified as endangered, there are concerns about localized declines in some areas. Human-wildlife conflict, habitat degradation, and hunting for their teeth and meat contribute to these challenges. Conservation efforts focus on mitigating these threats and promoting coexistence with local communities. Mating rituals. The mating rituals of hippos can be quite vocal and aggressive. Dominant males attract females through displays of strength and vocalizations. Female hippos typically give birth to a single calf, and the mother is highly protective during the early stages of the calf's life. No natural predators. Adult hippos have few natural predators due to their size, strength, and formidable tusks. However, young calves are vulnerable to predation by crocodiles, lions, and hyenas. Adult hippos can be aggressive toward potential threats and are known to defend their offspring fiercely. Territorial behavior. Dominant male hippos establish and defend territories, which include stretches of riverbanks or water. They mark their territory by dung spraying, where they spin their tail while defecating to spread feces around, and by vocalizing. Territorial disputes between hippos can be intense, involving vocalizations, displays of aggression, and even physical confrontations. Communication. Hippos communicate with each other using various vocalizations, including grunts, honks, and wheezes. These sounds serve different purposes, such as asserting dominance, warning of danger, or communicating during mating rituals. Nocturnal behavior. While hippos are known to spend a significant amount of time in the water during the day, they are more active during the late evening and night. They leave the water to graze on grasses and other vegetation in the surrounding areas, traveling several miles in search of food. Conservation challenges. The conservation status of hippos varies across their range, with some populations facing more significant threats than others. Human activities, such as habitat destruction, pollution, and hunting, pose challenges to their survival. Efforts to conserve hippos often involve habitat protection, anti-poaching measures, and community engagement. Adaptations for aquatic life. Hippos are well adapted for their aquatic lifestyle. They have webbed toes and can close their nostrils and ears to prevent water from